Welcome to this training, and in this video I'm going to walk you through what I do when I work with my online students and in-person clients, my one-on-one clients, no matter the age, to help them improve their swing. But before we get started, I will be creating a full hitting course with all the secrets, the tips, the drills that I have learned over my 10-year professional career and my life. And it's what I'm teaching my students who have been able to use these teachings and play in college, at the D1 level, D2, D3 level, and in the major leagues. This hitting course will take you from where you are right now to that next level. And I will personally be coaching you through it. That is, if you get the pre-sale tickets. And if you do get the pre-sale tickets, it's going to be far cheaper getting it now than when the course is done. So if that's something you're interested in, hurry up and get a spot before it's too late by clicking the pre-sale hitting course link below. It would be a limited amount of seats, so if that's something you're interested, hurry up and do it. And if there is no pre-sale link below, then there would be another link below that says full hitting course, and I would give you a discount since you are here watching this video. That means you want it, but you have to watch until the end to receive the discount. And if you watch until the end of the series, we will go through a few examples so you can learn the do's and the don'ts, and how I use this really cool cheat sheet to better my students. Okay, so let's get started. So the first place I start is with the baseball figures, and I visually draw what I see. I mark which side he or she hits from, then I start breaking down their swing. And as you can see on the left side, the first question is the base 50-50, 60-40, 40-60, or 30-70? And what this is talking about is the lower half weight distribution during the contact and after contact. For example, if we look at some of the top MLB hitters, we see that on the contact, they are behind the baseball. They're anywhere from 60% at highest or 50% at lowest on their backside, and 40% at lowest or 50% on their front side. And when I'm explaining this, the first number is referring to the backside, and the second number is referring to the front side. So 60-40 means 60% weight distribution on the backside and then 40% distribution on the front side. Anyways, this is super important as a hitter. For one, it keeps you soft on your front foot. When you are hard on your front foot, all your weight goes to that front foot, which will change your swing. I like to say your base is like the foundation of a home. If that is unstable, everything comes crashing down. And if you put all your weight on your front foot, it will also move your head forward, which will mess up how you see the ball. See, when I would struggle, I would record myself and then send the video to Barry Bonds, and he would always say, you're moving your head too much and that I'm shifting too much weight on my front foot. And then he would provide me drills to do. And once I did those drills, I got out of slumps quicker and started crushing the ball again. Lastly, it keeps you behind the ball and naturally gives you a slightly upward swing, which allows you to get on plane and drive the baseball. See, the base, the lower half, is the most important part of hitting. The reason is because of balance. And if you're not balanced, you will struggle with your A swing. So after each swing, ask yourself, are you balanced in the cage? Are you balanced in the batter's box? Ask yourself. Take video of yourself and see if you are like these hitters. As you can see, it doesn't matter how old the hitter is, from Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Barry Bonds, to Fernando Tatis Jr. They get to the same spot no matter what they did before the pitch. So check yourself out and answer that question. Is your base 50-50, 60-40, 40-60, or 30-70? If you are 50-50 or 60-40, then you are fine. If you are not, then you know what you need to work on. Here's another tip for you. When you take pitches, if you feel yourself hard on your front foot and lunging forward, you will struggle being consistent in driving the baseball. But if you feel soft on that front foot, then you're going to tee off that pitcher. So pay attention to the way you take pitches and what your body is doing when you take a pitch. It can give you a lot of information. The next question you will see is when loading is the knob pointing to the catcher. Now, you don't necessarily need to have your knob pointing to the catcher, but I like it because it gets you in a powerful position. This position is with your top hand cocked back, like you're going to punch something, which I don't recommend, but this position gets your scap activated, which allows you to put more into the baseball. The other reason is that it allows your bottom hand to get in the proper position. See, a lot of young hitters arm bar, which causes hitters to struggle. because when you arm bar, you struggle hitting the ball away from you, and it forces you to roll over balls and hit a lot of ground balls. The other issue that will happen is that you struggle with pitches up in the zone and inside pitches too. So you definitely don't want to arm bar. And to add to my point, if we look at these hitters, notice how they do not arm bar. Notice their upper body arm position. You will see the back arm slash top hand cocked and ready, and the bottom hand slash lead arm in a box position. This will put the knob pointing to the catcher, and the top of the bat head would be about 50% of your head. So if you are struggling to hit line drives, if you're struggling to hit high pitches, if you're rolling over a lot, check to see if you're arm barring and if your knob is pointed to the catcher. And if so, mark yes. And if not, you know you should be working on. So the next question you would see is the top hand direct to the baseball? This is one of the most important things when it comes to the swing. When I do a lesson or online lesson, usually just by having them do a simple one-hander drill with the top hand, we'll have them start hitting more consistently, and we'll fix a lot of flaws in their swing. See, the top hand keeps you short to the baseball, and it controls the barrel of the bat. If the top hand is direct to the baseball, you are going to hit. The top hand slash back arm creates the path of the swing, and when done correctly, it will give you a very good chance of hitting more balls harder and more consistently, and it will fix a lot of issues in the swing. For example, if you are not seeing the ball well, start doing top hand work, because if you can hit a baseball with your top hand, you are seeing it all the way in, taking the barrel to the baseball, and that is what we want. And to add to my point, if we look at this MLB hitter, look at his top hand. Look how he creates the path of the swing. Look how the top hand gets on plane of the pitch. This is something I always look for. And I always ask myself, when I'm helping young hitters, is their top hand activated? Is it direct? When I was hitting, I loved feeling my top hand being in control of the swing in the beginning. So check that out. Ask yourself, is your top hand direct to the baseball? Is your top hand controlling the barrel? Record yourself, look at it, and then answer that question. If yes, you're going to hit baseballs hard. If not, you know what you should be working on. So that sums up the first part of this training. If you want to purchase the course, click below and get it on pre-sale for very, very cheap, if it's still available, because it is a limited time offer and only a few seats will be available. If it's not there and or closed, I will give you a discount on the full course. Go ahead, click that, because you watched all the way into the end, so you're going to get that discount. You have until the weekend to purchase it and take up that offer and the discount. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.